I really thought JuJu was going to leave. Not predicated on he wants out of Pittsburgh, he loves Pittsburgh. I thought somebody was going to offer him the big money, and they did offer him the big money, and the kid showed some class and says, I don't need the extra million. I like Pittsburgh, I like what we're doing here. In fact, you are good, Mike's good friends with Andy Reid. Do you know what Andy Reid kept doing to JuJu? He kept texting him pictures of the Super Bowl trophy to entice him to come to Kansas City. JuJu said if he had not signed the deal with the Steelers, he was going with the Chiefs. I love the fact that JuJu's back.
Here's the thing. Andy Reid didn't offer more money than the Steelers, though. The Ravens did. And, yeah, he took less money. But, again, if he would have went there, I think his career would have down the hill, gone, done, because he's going to go there to block. He's not going there to catch passes. And when you come from Pittsburgh, who had the highest number of attempts in the league last year, which, again, we don't want that this year.
No, you got to have a running game.
Okay, you need to have that running game, but he knows he's got a great quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger who's accurate with the football, who makes good decisions, who's going to throw him open at times, because JuJu does struggle separating. He's got a big body where he can work that middle of the field, and now that he's got Claypool and Deontay Johnson, he can get that, matchup that he likes in the middle of the field. But again, the Ravens, he would have been a blocking guy with Lamar Jackson, who's really a running back playing quarterback, and I know he made fun of it, and I know he won the MVP, but last year he proved to me that he still wasn't a great quarterback in this league. He's a great running back, and he's got great athleticism, but you're not going to go all the way with a guy that can't really throw the ball as accurate when you need to when you fall behind. Ben Roethlisberger, he has that ability. JuJu says, okay, I can do one more year. Pittsburgh's going to give me $8 million, which is a heck of a lot of money, more than I would have given JuJu. I would have liked to seen them giving him $4 million, because that's $8 million's top number 2 money. And to me, he's more of a number 3 now with Deontay Johnson and Claypool. So again, JuJu got some money. He gets a chance to catch some more passes in an offense that's going to be more friendly for him than the Ravens would, and it gives a chance to extend his career. If he has a big year next year, maybe he can test the waters in free agency and get that contract he was looking for that he did not get this year.
Attributes with JuJu. Now look, he's not a number 1 wide receiver. For you folks that don't know what that means, number 1 needs, like an A-B. Sorry, I brought up Nutty's name. He can separate, he can move, he can catch a ball. JuJu's big, bugaboo is he's a big guy, he can't separate. However, Mike, we have seen him do some incredible things. Number 1, the number 1 thing you want in a wide receiver is big, strong hands.
He's got great, strong...
Unbelievable.
Very strong to the catch, too. He goes back, he goes up and will rip it away from a DB.
Yep.
Well, so for those contested balls, he's great to go up and get those.
Unbelievable. And his body movement, his pure body movement. Go back and watch the tape. He's almost a big Lynn Swan in his abilities to move his body, contort his body. With those hands, with his contortion abilities, his athleticism, you've got a great wide receiver in JuJu. Now you complement him with the rookie, second-year sophomore, Claypool, who came on, Washington, Deontay Johnson, you've got a great offensive scheme.
You got those 2 guys on the outside, and you still have Eric Ebron at tight end, who's a great receiving tight end. Obviously, he needs to get a little bit more improved in the blocking game. But if you can get a run game with Eric Ebron in there and actually kind of move JuJu into that slot, almost a small tight end role, he kind of reminds me, I know you said Lynn Swan, but to me, he reminds me more of a Shannon Sharp, and again, he's not a tight end. But if he were to improve his blocking, he's not far off than what Eric Ebron's blocking is. If you can get a package in with both of them where they can actually block productively and run the ball, and then utilize a play-action pass with Claypool and Deontay Johnson, those 2 guys will have the mismatches that they want against linebackers and safeties, as opposed to lining up against nickels and corners.
So the bottom line is this, Steelers Nation. Your future Hall of Fame quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, is back for another season, and he had a great season last year. If you see the same skills in throwing the ball from Ben, we're going to have a great season. You've got JuJu back now. You've You know, it's funny, Mike. Everybody was saying this is probably the best wide receiving core in the league for the first 4 games. If they can get those kind of comments and that status back, this offense with a running back.
Again, it's all predicated
with a running back.
And like you said, it's all predicated on the run game. If they can run the ball with JuJu and Ebron in the game, that opens up the middle of the field when they do use the play action pass. You get 10 personnel, that's 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and JuJu kind of moves into that second tight end position. You can put him and Ebron on the wing, get a toss sweep, a little blocking, and then all of a sudden, now you start running the football with those 2 guys in the game. The defenses can't substitute their nickels in to cover JuJu. Now they're forced to cover him with a safety or a linebacker, and there you get your mismatches, and that's what's going to open things up for the Steelers offense.
We'll close out this way. As the Steelers offensive line goes this year, so will go your Steelers offense.